Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're back for season 8, episode 13. Forecast, Sunny or Shady. I want to preface with saying I was very disappointed in Mel this episode. Like she kind of showed her slip a little bit, and we're gonna get to it. Hold tight. So she's teaching her property, she has her property preservation class. And so they're out in the field today. And she thinks, you know what? Sunny, she flips houses. Let me call her. So she calls Sunny. And, Sunny shares that she and Moses are planning to move to Huntsville. And although Mel is cool with her, I guess, being around the group, she trying to figure out why y'all trying to move here. Like, hopefully y'all aren't being petty. But then she gonna flip and really be Team Sunny and Moses. So I'm just confused. Anyway, let's press forward. She changes the subject to Kimmy's event. Sunny says she won't be able to make it. The Fletchers, they are having wine, talking about their day. Then we get into their therapy session. Nell felt like the barrage was on her. What about everybody else? I just really didn't take much from their scene. Anyway, moving on. Maurice and Kimmy, they're having this event, and so they drop by the event space early. With this situation, I was confused because they're saying that they had one more vacancy in their the I want to say it's like a strip mall that they had, and they had one more vacancy, and it's almost like, are they bidding on it? Because the person that catered the event, they wanted to showcase their work so that they could get the job. I mean, the lease. Maybe, I don't know. I can't make sense of it. Anyway, when it comes to the event, to the invite list, everybody but Martell was invited. Mel shows up early. They grab a mimosa, make a toast. Mel asks Kimmy, can she make an announcement? Later on in the evening, Kimmy is like, what announcement? Can you tell me right now? And Mel says it's nothing bad. It's good. I wanna make the announcement when everybody else gets here. It's a good surprise. The rest of the guests start to show up. Maurice asked Tisha, is it a truce? Is she gonna be on the same stuff she was on at the other event when she was coming for Nell at her birthday party? Are you gonna be popping off? Is it gonna be any of that? Tisha says she's good. It's all about communication. If I say what I need to say, and that just be that, that's that. Mel, she says, well, since in the spirit of communicating, since you said that, why was Black shut down? Because I sent some of my students over there, and they said that it was closed. So what's going on with that? And Tisha said, you sent some your students, what, the millimeters? And Mel was like, no, I said my students. I mean, some of them are millimeters. Girl, of course they are. All of them are millimeters. That's why they're in that class. Well, I would say majority. You probably got a sprinkle here and there of people who really want to do this, who really want something out of the course. But the majority are there because they watched this show. Anyway, she want to know why. Irregardless of all of that, why y'all closed? Marcel says that Black is down for a while. They allude to the city being the reason. Mel wants details. She wants a reason. What reasons did they have? What did they say? What did they list? Marcel says, they bought some furniture, something about some taxes. Mel ain't never heard of this, so she's skeptical. She says it's going down a dark hole. When you ask Marceau, a business related question, he's going to be very evasive. Anyway, it's almost time to eat. Ken and Trisha show up, as well as Courtney and Stormy. Kimmy makes her introduction, as to why they're here, the tasting. We still don't understand. Anyway, we eat. La Chastity is the chef, and she comes out, and it looked like the food good, some good soul food. Nell, she gets it rolling. Has anybody heard from Destiny? When's the last time anybody talked to Destiny? Trisha, she says she trains her, so she's seen her. But Destiny was invited to the brunch. She never said yes or no. She just didn't show up. Nell asked if Trisha, she asked Trisha if Destiny, has said anything. And if she's doing okay, especially after this whole Sunni and Moses situation with them trying to move here. She says she hasn't said anything. But she does have a few words for a couple of you guys here. But that's neither here nor there. Of course, Chisha says, oh, is Kimmy one of those people? Let's go ahead and get that out. Is Kimmy one of those people? Trisha says, no, she didn't mention her at all. Kimmy explains that she has, a sort of an affinity for Sunni and why, it's the same thing she's been saying. That lady was there for her when she went in for her biopsy. Sunni prayed with her and for her, and so it's she has a special place in her heart, but she also don't like the way it went down, and none of that. She goes on further, my issue is when you end a relationship, don't get into another one. I was over here looking at my eyes like, why do they look so dark? I forgot. Me and Brett did a video today, and I forgot that I put on all of this, my makeshift smoky eye. And I'm sitting here before you with it. So that's the reason for the dark circles. It's makeup. I gotta wash my face before I go to my class later. I'm so glad that I sat down here, because I done forgot. Anyway, let's get into it. Somebody say something about her not her not coming for Kimmy's man, and Tisha's like, what you trying to say, we can't trust her around our man? Like, what what are we doing here? Nell is the one that kind of threw that out there. There was some overlapping. There's absolutely some overlapping, and there should be no overlapping. Chris want to know, well, who do you think is wrong? Who do you think is in the wrong? They're really trying to stir the pot. Kimmy said, I don't, listen, how their relationship started was shady. But I know you can't help who who you fall for or whatever. If the relationship, when relationships end, like it is what it is, but they need to end. There should be a stopping point. Moses is the most culpable to her, and I agree. He's the most culpable because he was the one in the relationship with Destiny. Stormy, she feels like there's, equal footing here. I'm inclined to agree with that as well, because Sunni, girl, you knew what it was, and you was fine to pick up the pieces. You was more than happy to. And while they're having this conversation, everybody's throwing out their opinions on Sunni and Destiny. On the whole situation. Mel is just sitting there like, just soaking it all in. But of course, in her confessional, it's, I don't understand why they're saying all these things about Sunni. She doesn't understand. Oh, it's just off-putting that Kimmy would have these things to say. Like Kimmy was being two-faced or something. And if you don't like that there's a conversation centered around Sunni and Moses, and they are not there to defend themselves, the time to say it was right then and there in the moment, instead of soaking it all in so that you could call her and get a meeting with her and download her on it later. I want to move on because I really don't. Mel, she changes the subject. Let's go on in here and do this announcement. Oh, wait. Before that, she changes the subject to Stormy's event. We got to get into Trisha and Ken's tea. Mel calls him her husband. Oh, wait, your fiance, right? And then they're like, no, we're not married. That's where she got to take care of a little situation. But the dynamics with the ex is getting better. We trying to get these papers signed, whatever. Marceau is like, hold on, wait. Oh yeah, he shares that he met up with what's the man name? I don't even know the lady husband name with the ex-husband. And he had some things to say or whatever. Mel, of course, what was said? We want to know what was said. We want to know what was said. Ken starts saying something about he being a man's man. He a man. He take care of everything. And Kenza and ex-boyfriend, ex-husband is just a hater, and you can't win when you're not gonna measure up. Like, it was just a bunch of macho bullshit. And then Marceau is like, well, listen, to his credit and to his defense, that was his wife. Because when it comes to Marceau, he's trying to pinpoint this timeline, because it's looking like you slid in on some snake shit. That's what it's sounding like to me and Marceau. We ain't never on the same page, but we on the same page here. I was right there with him. He was trying to get them folks to answer questions. Marceau was like, but when? What year? What year? Everything they said, what year was that? What year was that? And they all like, 2015, 2016, 2020, 20. It's given, because they know each other like from high school or something. And so it's looking like he's always followed her on social media, always been in the shadows, always liking pictures, always, reacting to stories. And she finally engaged. He knows that she's a married woman. I'm sure she has pictures of this man on her social media, and definitely them kids. And if you know her like from hometown, then you know the situation, because I'm sure it's a small town, so people talk. People from your high school, everybody know that. I'm just Ken, you trying to act like you wasn't doing what you was doing, but okay, whatever. He says that they would talk on social media. Marceau says, what year? Like I said, they both start thinking, 2015, 2016. They met, back then on social media. And then, they said the first time that they saw each other, he ran. Again, what year was that? Back in 2019, 2021, they don't know. Mel chimes in, because she can see where Marceau is going, and Mel is going to be in their defense. And Mel says, people can have conversation on social media all the time and it not be nothing. That's what Martell was saying Mel used to do. be entertaining folks and talking to people. Mel, girl, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Why would you defend that? As like a married person, no, you should not be entertaining and conversing with anybody of the opposite sex in your DMs. What? It's not innocent. Like, no. You don't do that back and forth. It's dangerous to even open that door because of Ken. Because of people like Ken. Because they lie in wait. They they wear them down. They find it's a chink in there. Oh, okay, I can slide in there. And that's what they do, and that's what Ken did. It just so happens that this with their situation, it probably needed to be done, because word on the curb is it's some infidelity on his end, and then Ken came into the picture. I just don't know. We just don't know. And then it was looking like Sis was out here talking to Martell too. So Mel takes the conversation to the other room. She invites the ladies on the girls' trip. Marcel want to go. No, you will not be going. Um, they talk about because she gave him an invitation and it had a little bottle. It was a bottle and she wanted him to keep the bottle. And that's not pertinent information. Anyway, they going to St. Thomas. Tisha asks, can she bring a +1? Mel says, that's fine. I don't care about, you can bring whoever you want. I'm going to be bringing a couple of my single friends. And so, yeah, I can't promise that they'll have a room. So if you don't mind sharing your room, then that's fine. And then Tisha's like, oh, no, I need my own room. Well, girl, listen, that's up to you, what you choose to do. But we got enough rooms for who we got enough rooms for. Mel says in her confessional that she is going to invite Sunni. But she wants to give her a heads up about all of the things that everybody had to say about her before she goes on the trip. Nell talking about she's scared. I'm scared. I'm going. I'm in, but I'm scared. I'm going on a trip without my... Girl, what? Don't play with me now. Kimmy. She has Tisha and Destiny over. Kimmy has to sit down and tell Destiny to her face, listen, we don't went to dinner with Sunni and Moses, just to let you know. Of course, when Destiny gets there, they first want to know why she didn't come to Kimmy's tasting. She says she was out of town. She had a date. That's that. Kimmy talking about, you could have brought him. Girl, yeah, right. We gonna switch the subject to Sunni, because the word on the curb is Sunni is trying to infiltrate this friend group and snatch friends. And Tisha say, mostly, namely, I should say, this lady here, Kimmy. And then Kimmy goes on to, share with her, I sat down with Sunni and Moses, we went to dinner. She invited us to dinner. Then she explains again, why she even entertained her, because of how supportive she was, because of that little shared moment that they had. That's the only reason why she gave her a little grace and would sit down and talk to her. But she also, shared, her disdain for the whole situation and how it's messy and all of that. Destiny don't like that Sunni and Moses are meeting up with, her friends, but it is what it is. Like, she's not holding anybody to, she's not holding anybody's feet to the fire for it or anything like that. I think she appreciates, Kimmy being upfront and forward about it. She's not a child, people can meet up with whoever they want to meet up with, be friends with who they want to be friends with. If you like the lady because she was, good to you in that moment, while you dealt with that, that's fine. But it's clear that everybody is Team Destiny. Everybody's Team Destiny except for Mel. Tisha said they're gonna have plenty of times to ask Sunni questions, when they go on this trip. And of course, Destiny doesn't know about the trip. So then Tisha pulls out the little invitation that she got from Mel. And Destiny opens it. And, because I'm sure she had one for her with her name on it anyway. And she opens it, it's the invitation to St. Thomas. And she finds out that Sunni is going to be there. And, of course, immediately she's like, because Tisha is bringing it to her like she's a +1. She don't know that Sunni's going to be there. She finds out that Mel, doesn't know that she's coming. Because Kimmy is like, did you tell Mel that it was Destiny that you was inviting? And she's just like, no. I mean, she didn't tell us these single women she bringing. So, no, I didn't think to name names. Who Tisha can be very petty. And in this moment, hey. But anyway, Destiny gonna think about it. She gonna pray on it. She gonna pray on this trip because she really ain't here for going to an uninvited trip that is hosted by Mel. Because Mel will put you out, and so we don't want none of that. We don't want Mel to be trying to show out on Destiny. But I don't understand why she wouldn't invite Destiny. Like, she really don't like her. I done forgot why. I don't even know it. Like, is it that deep? To where she doing stuff like this? I guess so. Maybe so. Anyway, pack a bag, ladies. Let's go on to the trip. Mel, she meets up with Sunny. You know, they at this place to get some pieces for the trip. Um, when Sunny gets there, she's excited about the trip. But Mel goes right in. You know, the other girls ain't checking for you. They just had so many things to say. They said this. They had all these opinions. Sunny's first question is, was Destiny there? No, girl, she wasn't there with your obsessed ass. Mel continues, you know, to tell her about what was said. And Sunny says, I met with Kimmy and she was so supportive and nice and it was all smiles and Mel's like, oh my God, really? So she didn't have any disdain at all? And she really didn't this go round either. Like, you're really putting a lot on it purposely. I don't understand Mel. I don't like it. It was very what happened to the Mel from last season that was very, I'm so peaceful and I'm just about my peace and I'm protecting my peace. I'm always protecting my peace. I'm protecting my peace. Oh my God, I'm gonna disengage. That was Mel last year. Now she stirring the pot in so many ways. She don't see it for Kimmy. She don't see it for Tisha. Destiny. She probably got a little something for Stormy as well. But she was trying to pull receipts when it came to Kimmy. Every time Kimmy stood up for Martell or said Martell was a good guy. You know, like when it comes to, I'm not going to do that whole back and forth because when it comes to this conversation, Mel is bitter. She's very bitter with the ladies and the people in this group, the comeback group, because of how they haven't thrown Martell to the wayside. Like, they still film with him. You know, they still have relationships with him. You know, like the fallout didn't happen with them. And she's mad about that. She really wanted them to choose. And she feels like that they chose him. Girl, I don't know. I don't know what you want from them people, Mel. I understand it. I do. I understand that you feel like when it comes to to the women specifically, like, they ain't had no girl code when it came to her. They knew Martell was cheating on her and didn't tell her nothing. Didn't tell her nothing. Didn't have her back behind that or nothing. None of that. The lady somebody said, mention her on the show, mention Arian on the show, and they referenced her as a side chick, and Kimmy said she wasn't gonna call her that. And so that in Mel's mind, it's like you must condone it. You support her because you don't want to paint her in a bad light. Mel, you gotta get over it, babe. You gotta get over it because you can't continue to make these people feel alienated and ostracized because you got divorced. You got divorced. Okay, fine. You could leave the show and not have to deal with none of these people. But you're mad that they still, are fine having a working relationship with Martell. They don't hate him like you do. And that bothers you. And it's very bothersome for her. I mean, I get it, but it's just like, girl, you got to let that hurt go. You're going to have to let it go. Anyway, she talking about the other ladies are triggered seeing Sunny because they haven't been able to put a face to what their men are out here doing. Oh, man. Anyway, now Sunny has to think about whether or not she wants to go on the trip. And she gonna go. But until next time, child, the people she say, ain't no girl code with these hoes. Ain't no girl code. Anyway, I must run along. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.